Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. So we're going to do a 1 hour special, just like we've done all this week so far. This one is going to be 1 hour of Kerbal Space Program, give or take. So what we're going to do in this episode is actually a little different. So we've been launching probes to the moon, into orbit, to Minmus, to the polar caps. We've launched some communication satellites. We've launched a probe to Duna. In this episode, we're going to launch our very first Kerbal into orbit, which I know in comparison is not a big deal in comparison to a lot of the other stuff we've done. Let's do 2 drogue shoots like so. They're all gonna go, and that should be more than enough. What we're also gonna do is we just want to get into low orbit. This is the first quote-unquote launcher that we made. That should be more than enough. We're also going to change this up a little bit. Science. You go there, and then you go there. Take you off temporarily. And we're going to throw on an RCS fuel tank. And then we're going to... Oh, yeah, do I have... Yeah, fuel tanks around this. Perfect, okay. Oh, actually, I need... heat shield. Who would have thought those go by actual size propers? Coupling. There we go. Okay. Actually, don't need even enough fuel tank there. Oh, actually, you know what? No, this is not going to work. I just realized. Because we have... Yeah, we got way too much stuff we need to do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to launch our first dude into orbit. We're just going to grab a quick... couple experiments here. If need be, we'll do those. That and that. I am tempted to get a couple mods that tell me when I can do science that I haven't done before, but not yet. Okay, we're gonna do our... There we go. There we go. Now, before I do this, you're going up that way. Structural coupling. Command and control. Payload. Boop. Okay, so you're going like this, then you're coming off. And then you're going on like so. So basically our Kerbals are going to be in the dark for the first half of the launch. The question is, do we upgrade? I'm actually open. Let's load this guy. Yeah. So what I want to do real quick, let's go to sub-assemblies and click from there down. Click sub-assembly. This is launcher 3.0. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now we go new. Don't save. And we're going to do our curb in here. We're going to bring you all the way up. Now this is going to be overpowered. Don't quote me on this just yet, but I might send this... Actually, can this fit two? Copper 2. Okay, so this only can hold... So theoretically, I mean... We'll have Jebediah here and then the scientist in here. That way we can do something like... have our very first RCA flight, or RCS flight as well, while we're doing it. So basically have everything that needs to be reset right by here. Boom. Electrical and stuff, so we will... Oh wait, they both need to come back, right? Yeah, they do. Yeah, never mind. Both of you go to the southern part, the smaller section. You both go there. Boom. There. Later on, once we have more than one person, like a two-person capsule, we'll be good to go. Size. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit, so I do apologize. I'm kind of getting a little sick. There we go. And there will be the Sepratron. Boom. And then we go to launcher 3.0, which is the launcher that has a little too much papa on it, but no big deal. It's already got the cone and all that stuff set up for us. So the other thing we're going to have to worry about at this point is power. So what I'm going to do is actually take... Whoops. Actually, yeah, I can take that off for now. Let's take off the heat shield real quick. We're going to say electrical. 1x6 is that. Wait, what? I could have swore those were bigger. Yeah, that's what she said. Okay, so we're actually going to use a payload option here then. There we go. And then you're going to go like so. Well, actually, we can do something like... Take you off. Go you there. Put that there. Then put another Sepratron. Then put that there for power. We'll open that up. Then we'll put two of you on like so. That should be more than enough. And then we get a couple batteries in here. 1, 2, 3. And close. Don't think I'll need any heat shields or anything like that. Though I am, now that I've said that, slightly worried about it. So we'll throw 1 on. And we'll add it right there. That's going to be on the actual heat shield itself. Okay, so... Oh, I need communication as well. We're only going into low orbit. So you... You know what? We'll go with the Communitron. And we'll put it right there. And that should be good. So, in our actions for number 1, You both extend. You extend. And then you extend. And then I'll do the rest by hand. Okay. So here we go. Our first Kerbal in space. And it should be Jebediah. Perfect. He is the best qualified. And remember, this is just to get us into orbit. This is massive overkill. I will 100% admit. But basically, this is just to get him into, low orbit. High orbit. We want our EVAs, and then we also want to get our crew reports, make our science, come back home, and land. This is going to be... Oh. Oh. Game capture properties. Capture a specific window. Kerbal Space Program, please. There we go. Okay. That was a little bit of a offsetting thing. Nope. I'm looking for a good name here. Fortunately, anyone who did an Apollo style thing called it Apollo. So it's Kerbal 1. And then we're going to rename it. So initially the Americans did Mercury, which was the first planet to the solar system. So our first batch of launches is going to be the Moho 1. Okay. So first things first. Oh, you're not even going to let me. Okay, we're going to rename this when we get the chance. So anyways, we're going to launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to have way more power than we need at this point. Not too worried. So the plan is to get up nice and far into orbit. And apparently... for some reason our primary parachute there is already showing in red. It's very strange. But our first engines are about to burn out. No, initially I think Mercury runs were, or the Mercury rockets were basically on ICBMs, so I think we're a little ahead of time in regards to that. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's already pretty high up. Yep. We can probably deploy that, which means I can probably right-click real quick and say crew report. Yep. Keep it. And I'm also then going to go onto the 90 and push our apogee forward. Cut our power for a moment. I'm going to add a maneuver, and I'm just going to get us into orbit. Tell it to aim. So we've got technically a 34-second burn. So what I'm also going to wait to do is stabilize. Do a quick EVA. EVA report. We're going to keep experiments. We're actually going to take everything and then store everything. And then we're going to board. Scroll back it real quick, and then I'm going to right click, review. Kerbin's upper atmosphere and over Kerbin water. Keep both. We're going to do this again. In space near Kerbin. And we're going to do another EVA real quick, and it should be in space near Kerbin. Perfect. We're going to keep both of those. We're going to right click. We're going to say take. And we'll store everything. And we're going to board again. Anything that we haven't been able to do. I haven't been paying attention to our burn yet, but that's no big deal. I'm also going to extend everything. Well, that radiator panel maxed out real fast, didn't it? And it really doesn't show you anywhere where your heat builds up. That's good to know. Space near Kerbin. Take everything, store everything. So there's 2 that we're going to lose again. Okay, we're going to drop. No big deal. So we're going to burn at, what, 15, 16, 17 seconds? And technically we've already succeeded. I actually wasn't paying attention, as per usual. And there goes our second stage. Take a sip of my coffee here. I definitely got to get better at being more efficient with my launches. I like how the shadows are cast on the planet. I like that. That's really cool. Unless you're looking like directly into the sun side. Yeah, we're going back in. What are you doing? You're not aiming. That's why. Derp. Well, if you guys wanted to actually get someone who's actually good at Kerbal Space Program, you'd be watching Scott Manley. So. And you know what? Good to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dump... Oh! Okay. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. And you probably don't have enough power to do anything. I think they have 3, so we'll send the first one. And we're out of power. So that ended up being a failure for me being an idiot. Oh, here it is right here. You need to be there. There we go. Do I have... I have an idea for a probe, but I'm going to have to unlock the probe body first. Let's try that again. Yeah, we're going to launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I think I am going to get the first mod that just tells me what I can do with science that I haven't done before. Actually, I just thought of something. Stop it. Thank you. Bunk. No, you should still be part of number 1, right? Yeah, okay. Now we're going to do this. What we're going to do is basically make sure that we can do any sciences before we launch, and we're basically going to store them all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this real quick. Okay, that works. We know that works. We're going to observe the goo. We're immediately going to keep that experiment. Going to get him to do an EVA. It's going to do an EVA. Going to keep it. Going to take a surface sample. We're going to keep it. We're going to board. Zoom out. We're going to here. I'm also going to hit the number 1, make sure everything extends properly, because I've had enough of me screwing up at this point. There is more sciencey stuff that I can try to get to. There it is. Log. We're going to keep that. Right click. Log pressure data. We're going to keep that, and then we're going to recover the vessel. What I've also should have done is test the stuff. I should have tested the stuff. I'm getting a little frustrated at this point. So yeah, we need 300. Scanning tech would be nice. So would command modules. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a break from the rockets for a moment, because that's actually getting me a little frustrated. We're going to open up you. Group or pressure data. Perfect. Okay. What I'm going to do is change this up a little bit. So science. No. Couplings. I think you're the right size for it. Gonna do times 2. Bunk. So this gives us the ability to actually do more science now. And on the bright side, we'll actually be able to dump off a certain amount of our science after a certain amount of time. Utility. There it goes. So what will happen is when I pop this off, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to hit this button and say when this one goes, so does this one. Nope. So when this goes, that goes. So all our science is going to go to the right first. Save. And we're going to try it. So theoretically, what should happen is we hit number 1, we do our tests, we do our sciences. So I'm going to show you real quick here by putting on our brakes. What will happen is we hit the number 1, we do all our sciences. So we keep, and keep. We right click and we say collect all. It now has 3. Then what will happen is apparently everything will go to this side instead. Review. So we're going to delete. I swear I put this side up first. Alright, so sorry. So we hit the number 1. Keep, and keep. Come over here, right click, and click collect all. And then, theoretically, when we launch, those all go flying off. There you go. So we're just going to revert to launch. We're going to do a better test of that momentarily. We're just going to fly over the Space Center and dump our science. So first things first. Engine on. And here we go. So we already know this thing can lift off pretty good, so... And that one parachute should be more than enough. Get some altitude. Okay, so we do our first batch of science. Keep, and keep. Right click. And it collects everything. So now we're going to fly out over the water. We should be able to do some more experiments at that point. Number 1 again. Keep, and keep. I'm going to go a little further into the water, go a little closer to it. Oh, we got to then right click here and say collect all. Oh, no way. Review, delete. Review. Reset. Review. Reset. So how about now? There we go. So now we're going to keep, and keep. We're going to now make a hard right. We're going to come back to the Kerbal Space Center. And we're going to test out our little delivery method here. Now the plan is to actually come up and then make a hard right, because everything's on our left here. We want to go up on our right a little bit when we make our little launch. I mean, I would like to do this with a little bit of a better test with actual, we'll say science. That's worth it. Whoa. Oh, cool. So we're gaining altitude here. Actually, you know what? That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to fly over to the mountains. And we're going to test this out. I might upgrade the engines. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking the engines might be time for the engines maybe to get a good upgrade. Or just add 2 more engines maybe. So if we click this one, hey, crew report. Yeah, crew report. Flying over curb. Nope. We're going to reset. Reset you. Turn our lights on. Now, we haven't had the science ability yet to scan to see where the different biomes are. That's something we'll have to do over time. So what I've got to do basically is keep right-clicking, go crew report, and see where we're going. We're still over Kerbal Shores. I think I've got to go more to the left. No. Are we flying level? Now we're flying level. So let's up things a little bit. There we go. Gaining speed again. We're getting altitude, we're getting speed. And I think we're now over the, I think it's the lowlands? Grasslands. Okay, so we're going to reset. We're going to hit 1 again. Oh, there we go. So we're going to keep, and keep. Right click, and collect all. Not all items can be stored. Atmospheric pressure scan flying over already exists. It's the pressure scan. Oh, okay. So the pressure scan is just a generic one. So we're going to reset that. So then... Okay. We should already have, yeah, temperature well over grasslands. Okay. So, good to know. The pressure scan is actually is altitude based, not biome based. And we're losing speed here. I don't think I'm going to be able to yeah, the engines on this thing are not powerful enough. So, we're going to bring our nose down, gain some altitude, or lose some altitude, but trade it for some speed. We're then going to go to the Kerbal Space Center and drop off our payload in this little test. And then we're going to upgrade our engines. So I think I do have better jet engines available to us on this thing, so... There we go. So we're going to come in nice and low. We're going to pull up, get a lot of altitude, knife edge to the right, and then we're going to pop all our science off to the left. And theoretically, that should work. And what I'm actually tempted to do here is, because we actually have science, it's actually... in question. Now remember, the further away you are from the Kerbal Space Center, the less science you get. Or is that just the money? That might just be the money, actually. 300 feet. This should be more than enough. So we're going to pull up. So first we're going to knife edge to the left in a second. Actually, what? We don't even need to do that. So we're going to pop off in 3. Once I hit about 60 meters a second. What's going on? You should have... There we go. It worked! Yes! Make sure that they don't explode. No, I heard that one open. And I heard the other one open. So our little science payloads have are moving up. So now the question is, are they going to explode on contact with the ground? So I definitely could have dropped them closer to the ground. That was no big deal. But yeah, now you can see here we're actually going a lot faster with our engines again. Fly between the two of them here. Isn't there like a chase mode? Yeah, there we go. So I also don't want to lose them, because there is... Oh, we're going to stall here. A possibility that they might despawn as well. Which is one of my major concerns, actually. So what I might do is throw a probe core on both of them. Nice, so I'm landed. And we're braked. So now what we're going to do is we're completely destroy them by hitting the wrong button and maximizing their speed. Okay, so we're just going to revert to the spaceplane hangar. We know it works. What we're going to do... so right now I only have the one style jet engine. The Juno. Okay. So what I'm pretty much going to do then is throw 2 more on, like so. Hopefully give us double the thrust. Since we don't have... No, I could throw rocket engines on this thing and use it to get altitude, but I don't think that'll be necessary. I'm going to call this the SA2, the space, well, what, no, 2, there we go. A, because it's got 2 sets of engines. As for science stuff, no, I think we're pretty good. We have to change this up, obviously, again. So you go down there, and you go down there. Okay. Now, theoretically, I only need 1 of these. But I kind of like the whole idea of having more than 1. Just for the symmetry version. I mean, theoretically, you can put it right here, and then just drop it. Like, kind of do something like this. Sorry, like that. Which isn't actually that bad. And then you just go, all engines are on stage 1. Then you just keep throwing all your science here, and then when you want to, boom, you pop it. If you want it to land even safer, because if you're worried, you can do like a probe core. And then some extra parachutes on it. There you go. So now there's no way this thing's not going to land safely. Now my main concern obviously is the speed, so I'm actually going to tack on... So engines on the wingtips. We're actually going to go right to the SA-3B. Military SA-3. I'm hoping that'll have enough oompah to get us where we need to go without having any fuel issues. I think the fuel will go through the wings, so... Let's try that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the mountains. Full speed. Actually, first thing we're going to do is launch this off and make sure that this works. Wow, we are way faster. Holy... Yeah, we are so much faster that we're actually already at 100 km. Oh, let's see how... Can we gain altitude and speed? Yes, we can. So this is definitely like the F-18, or the CF-18. The CF-18 for the Canadian Forces can actually gain altitude and speed at the same time. It's one of the... Not many aircraft can do that. Okay, so we're going to do a quick little test then. Keep. Right click. And collect all. So we start losing altitude at about 2,000. And that's only when we're going straight up for the record. I don't know how well this thing is going to do when it comes to a dive, so let's find out. Let's try and go supersonic. In the career game, you get little extra bonus science and stuff like that for going... There we go. For, just gotta make sure we don't destroy ourselves. There we go. Getting altitude and speed. We just want to make sure that, you know, in career mode, I believe you get... oh, just look at that. In career mode, I think you get bonus science and money for breaking records. So like speed records, altitude records. Stuff like that. And I think my dog is up on the couch. So we're at 331.8. So 331.8 looks like it's our fastest we've gone. We're starting to lose speed now. Oh, 332, 333. So 333. As you can see here, it's telling us that the parachutes are not going to be able to do anything right now. Which, to me, is not a big deal. Report. Set that. Somewhere in here it will say... Boom. So it's the Highlands. And then around here somewhere it should start saying the mountains. Go. I think we're good to go. And I think the lowlands are just over here. Well, I'm actually going to tag that and say crew port. I'm actually impressed with how fast we're going. Thing here, right, is the moment it says lowlands, it's gonna immediately Highlands again. Let's go over that way. Slow right hand bank here. I'm a little nervous about the fact that we might actually blow off our wings. It's no big deal because we've transferred everything over. I just don't want to kill our first pilot. Is killing your pilot, your very first pilot, not the best thing? There we go. Let's kind of do this out a little bit. Where am I on the map? Okay. We'll head out this way and kind of come out over the water. Now what I also can do is launch a probe type thing and land it or drive it all over Kerbin and collect a lot of science. So I'm heading this way. So yeah, so I'm going to start making a right-hand turn momentarily. Yeah, 'cause there's the coast. Still over the Highlands. I think I might get the one mod where I can actually see, or where it'll actually tell me. There's the Kerbal Space Center. So the plan is, just like the last mission, we're going to fly over and drop it, and then land ourselves. I also don't trust my landing skills, so that's one reason why I'm going to do that. My chair is falling down. think I might actually do like a GoFundMe for a new chair. Like one that actually doesn't, you know, isn't broken. I'm actually going to go a lot lower too. I'm going to go to about 1,000 meters. Because it's got 3 parachutes. Nope, right to the grasslands. Okay. So, done for science. Now we're going to go for speed. I feel the need for speed. I'm actually going to move the camera down a little bit. It's good to know we're actually in docking mode, apparently. So, oh, radar altitude right there. We're almost at 500 meters, apparently. Thousand meters. We slowed down a lot there. 1/3 speed. So we want to stay at about 1,000 meters, flying over the Space Center. And I want to drop it just a little closer to the actual Space Center itself. Okay, we're going to drop it in 5, 4, 3, get some altitude, 2, 1. Nope, we're not. Proper altitude. And now. Oh, look at that. Now we're going to throttle up. So it should land around here somewhere. So that's where we're going to land. No, 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 no. Oh, okay, that wasn't actually so bad. So I'm gonna speed this up. Are you serious? That's still smashed onto the ground somehow. I'm thinking I've got to just let it drop. And I can't do anything about it. If I physics warp, which is here, it basically just falls apart. Mental note. That is the 1 hour little special here for Kerbal Space Program. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.